Back to front, right? But you can read though. How you doing, guys? So, Sean's, is it Shan's? Excuse me, excuse me. I think I need glasses, you know. Shan's, welcome. First to join. Ama Essie, good to see you, man. Good to see you. We're just waiting for my boy to hook up. Wait him there. So he's not showing up at the moment. So today, guys, we're doing this. Let me just wave to you. Life and hope. Good to see you, man. Thanks for hooking up with this talk. You know when you say to someone, meet me, and they're just not there. But hey, he's coming. Ambrose is someone I've done a couple of videos with. Curated beauty. You reach again. Lovely. Olayinka. Excuse me. I'm not good with these videos lagging. Okay. So I think it's just a connection for now. Yeah. Ambrose is here. Let me wave at the brother and hook him up. How you doing, bro? It's lagging, yeah? So he'll be on in a second. So today we're looking at, from a man's perspective, all right? We're going to look at, one of the topics we're going to look at is how to love your wife more. Do men really want to talk about this? You know what I mean? One second. Because the pressure's on. But please, if you're watching, please tell me at any point, if you think that the video is given poor quality, let me know so that we can do something about it. Because the Wi-Fi in the evening, now we're all on quarantine, Wi-Fi in the evenings is a killer. We will struggle with it. I've got fiber and it still gives me problems, you know. So I have to switch to 4G and hope for the best. Ambrose is not able to join at the moment. I'm not sure why. I think it's just a connection. But don't watch that. It will happen. So that's the situation. So today we're going to look at that. We're going to look at from a man's perspective. And if you have any questions, ask. Ask by all means. If you have any questions about, he sent a request. If you have any questions about what we're talking about, there you go. There we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hey, sir.
Okay, apologies. I am now here.
Yeah, man. It's good. I was just telling everyone, Ambrose is my boy who you and I talk. We talk on a level. Levels. I don't know how deep we can go today. We can't go as deep as we normally talk, but we talk on a level. So I have to always call you. You know what I mean?
No doubt. How you holding up, man? How you keeping?
Bro, I must say I'm fortunate, but fortunate still comes with challenges, you know.
Yeah.
Just turn this up, maybe. Yeah, fortunate comes with challenges. Fortunate comes with new discoveries,
Mm.
a new way of doing business. Fortunate comes with the fact that I do recognize that, you know, as much as I've got my struggles in my family's doing all right. And I say that in the respect that my eldest is like, what, coming up to 17.
Yeah,
But
amen.
you know what I'm saying? And she's doing everything that she can do. And she might be a bit funny at times, but she's actually all right. And the other two, just have to be on them, you know what I mean? Just have to be on them. And my 12-year-old boy has to now just, and some people might laugh at me, he has to just get up and do his own breakfast now, you know?
How old is he?
He's 12, but you know, like we like to make sure things are done. And it's like, when you do that too much, it's not good.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. No, listen, we are blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I can't, you know, in this whole kind of episode of, you know, the things that the issues that we're dealing with here and now, where everyone, we're all faced with it. I am fortunate. I am fortunate in that, you know, my home is in harmony. My home is in harmony.
Is it a shock to you?
No. Yeah. It's there was this thing going around on it went around on WhatsApp, or it might have been even on Instagram, and it said they were asking this guy, what would you rather, stay at home with your wife and kids, and then they were about to give him another question, and he says, in almost, he then says option 2 without even hearing what it is.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I was cracking up. I was like, yeah. I was like, I hear you, because if prior to this, things were a mess.
Yeah.
Then this is going to be a nightmare for some people. It's going to be a true nightmare.
Well, putting it in perspective, just so, because I don't know how many people know you on there. We've been on for a while, on Instagram, on and off, and you know, Winnie can hear you, man. I don't know if you can see the comments, but you're married with 4 children.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't I know it?
And you know that. How yeah, Niki Neeks. Yeah, big up to the generals, man. Yeah, how many years have you married?
Married now, almost like 15 years. Yeah. My eldest is about to turn 15, and he keeps reminding me of that fact. You know, my twin girls are, oh my God, they're about to turn 13, and my last boy, he's just turned 9.
See, you're the soldier.
So it's interesting. Put it this way, it's interesting, man. It's been interesting. To be fair, my household is interesting anyway. What has been interesting is how much people are tuning into. I am not a social media. How can I put this? I'm not savvy. I'm not social media savvy. So it's a. But what's interested me and opened my eyes is how many people are actually getting closer, or their relationships are actually developing as a result of this crisis.
Yeah.
So my phone is always blowing off, just because of the family members I don't really see. I don't see now at the moment. So, for example, I used to go to my mum every weekend, practically for the whole weekend. And not that we didn't really speak, but we speak now every day, every day without fail, and that goes along with my other siblings as well. For some reason, this issue has made people realize what they were really missing in a weird, bizarre way. But no, I've embraced it. I've embraced every moment of it. This homeschooling thing is a challenge, by the way. I respect people who homeschool all the time. And I suppose this must be light work for them. But this homeschooling thing is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I run a very, very tight ship here. So in during the week, my kids don't have their mobile phones. And that's intentional. That's very, very intentional. I realized a while ago that it was dominating their lives, and I had to make that really drastic move and take away their mobile phones in a week. Yeah, and they're used to it, but now it just presents a slightly different challenge. So they're not at school now. So then they don't really they don't get a chance to keep in touch with their mates or their friends.
Yeah.
So they now find every excuse or every reason to have their phones. Again, I'm still trying to maintain that tight ship. So I do allow them. I am being somewhat lenient, but I'm still maintaining that as best as I can, because this is what I've realized, and I've seen a lot. I do. Is it cheeky? I don't think it is cheeky. I think if I can learn off other parents' mistakes,
yeah,
then I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
Come on,
I'm gonna do it. And any wise person would. And the reason I say that is because of this. I don't want to lose my child to social media. I don't want to lose them to this kind of this world that consumes you quite easily. And the only way you're not going to lose them is by being intentional about maintaining a relationship with them.
Bro, pause there. So I just got a message here saying that they can't hear too well, and I'm wondering who it is. Is it me? Let me check my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is on. What can I say? Ambrose's volume is low. I don't know.
Is it me? I don't know. I'll try.
It works.
Okay. Now, maybe, I don't know. Would I put my headphones in? Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, everybody's got different, so someone else has got it on loud. Okay. Let's carry on, bro. Let's see how it goes. Let us know. Just keep us up to date on what you guys are hearing and stuff in the video. Because a couple nights ago we had a rough session, but it was meaty. But it was a rough session with another couple, man, and it was just a matter of broadband. You know what I mean? Being background noise. His volume. All right. Okay, let's move on. So,
hopefully things rectify itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but you've got to be intentional, and it's hard. Don't listen. We're both working parents. Sometimes it feels like we're not just doing a 9 to 5. It feels like we're doing a 7 till 7 sometimes.
You mean at work?
But, yeah. But we're busy, and a lot of parents are busy. Yeah. They're busy. But this is what I've realized, and not just only because of this crisis, but kids crave your attention so much. That you wouldn't actually even believe it. And what kids do eventually is once they don't they don't get a response back from you as a parent, they then turn to other means.
That's right.
They turn to other means.
That's right.
So for example, I mean, we've spoken on levels before, and for example, with my girls, I'm blessed, and I praise God every day that I had twin girls. And the reason I say that is because of this. They've got each other. Yeah. Now they're very different individuals. Very, very different individuals. Yeah. One's a diva, the other one's she's just more of a homebody. She can cook. You know what I mean? She'll make the perfect kind of, wife. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed because they've got each other, and I feel sorry. I feel for some parents who have one child, for example, because that's real. That's real, because not only you probably need to give more time than I do. In reality,
You
Your
have to.
child is going to need more of your time
You're gonna have to be
than
the
they
sibling.
need of me.
You're gonna have to be a sibling as a parent.
Yeah, yeah. And this is another thing I want to highlight real quick.
Mm.
A lot of especially all of my kids today, to be honest with you, they've got this thing about wanting to be your friend. And I know it's a weird concept, a very weird concept. And the opposite of what I was brought up with. So not only didn't I have, or was I able to have, you know, transparent conversations and dialogue with my parents, but they actually want to talk about awkward things. Like, I'm like, like, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And what I find is, the more you try and pretty it up, the harder the conversation is. So what I end up doing is just putting or applying myself to that situation as much as I can.
Yes.
So, quick example, and then we'll get into what we really actually wanted to focus on.
Come on.
Quick example. I had a scenario with one of my girls, as they do when they get into when they're approaching their kind of the teens. Everyone in her class had a boyfriend.
How old, bro?
12 going on 13.
Nah, man.
Like,
Nah.
So I hear you. But listen, watch this. So all her mates. This is, if I need to point this out, yes, it's the diva. It's the diva twin. All her mates had girlfriends or boyfriends, whatever. And naturally, she felt that she needed to kind of fall in line. And I was like, oh, man, is God trying to teach me a lesson here? Is God trying to remind me of the person I used to be? But anyway, I vividly recall having to kind of really connect with her on a one-to-one. We went for a drive, went out for a walk, just daddy and daughter, and I really had to kind of, and it was awkward, but I had to do it. And as I got a bit emotional. I was like, hold up, like I'm actually telling my daughter about what I experienced and what I went through at a similar age.
You have to.
You have to. It's a must. It's a must.
Because if you don't do it,
yeah.
Snapchat gonna do it.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And as I was talking to her, I was thinking, do you know what?
Yeah.
A lot of the mistakes I made, I wouldn't have done if I had this transparent conversation. Now, don't get me wrong. Peer pressure is a real thing, by the way.
Yeah.
It's real. Because don't forget, she's got to live this daily when she's at school. Do you know what I mean? And kids can be very manipulating, and almost make you feel kind of foreign for not complying. But I praise God anyway, man. I praise God that He has allowed me to reveal, to maintain a relationship that is adequate for the needs of my children. And that's the thing, you know, as parents, we don't realize our responsibilities. Our responsibility isn't just to you know, feed our kids and to clothe them. It's to nurture them in such a way that they understand, and they have a model, a model example. And everything I do with my children, everything I do, I always relate it back to the Bible. Because for me, I need them to understand that I am the person I am today because of the grace of God. It's not because I am anything great, because I'm not. I make mistakes, and when I do, I hold my hands up and I apologize. You know what I mean?
As we do.
It's about showing them. It's about showing them that although you're not perfect, by the grace of God, you will come through the situation. But let's get into what we really.
I mean, I mean, hold on. Before we go there, this goes into it. What I'm about to say goes into it, and what you've been saying goes into the topic that we're going to deal with. I am doing a number of things simultaneously. And we've spoken about this on a video, on a podcast before, actually, which is on YouTube with your face on it. I'm trying to make sure that they know who they're picking when they're older. And I'm talking about the girls more so.
Yeah.
I want them to know, I want them to choose wisely. I want them to pick a good guy. I think I'm a good dad. I'm trying my arse best to be a good dad. My eldest she spent a lot of time on social media, but I have to go and meet her where she is. She's asking for an iPhone 11, by the way.
Yeah, cool.
And she's been asking for a long time. And I've been really saying to myself, okay, I'm telling her, come and meet us. And she does it. And she's an introvert, major introvert. So she likes to spend her own time by herself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do I reach a teenager who just prefers to be in their own world? And quite simply, I have to go to her.
Yeah, of course.
And then draw her out. And that is with a firm hand, and that is with a loving and kind hand. It's with all the hands I've got. So I am really pressing that area of family. So COVID has got us in a nice corner right now, right? Where I thought, okay, it'd be interesting. Let me see how my family's running a lot sweeter. And we spoke about this before. Being present isn't necessarily because you're in the same house. Being present is going to meet the other person where they are. Yeah. And a lot of problems we find on the street is because parents are there, but they're not there. And that's a lot of studies have shown that. You could be with your wife. I come home every day. If you ain't there, she ain't there.
It's very true.
Even to the point I had to lock off Facebook because I recognized the amount of screen time. And I did that about 7 months ago. But I've turned off all notifications and I've exited all groups. And bro, I don't use it as a result. And I did that because I recognized what it was doing. It
continued you.
Big wedge between us. But this go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's such a sort of pertinent point that you raise, and I think just because you're present really doesn't mean that you're
come on.
What's the word? Just because you're there doesn't mean that you are there. And I know what that feels like more than anyone. I think again we've spoken previously, and I think, do you know what, this situation of just being kind of, on lockdown and whatnot, it's a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing in disguise. I run jokes. My oldest boy. So I did see when I did see you mentioned about the boys too. You're right. The boys are just as are important as our young ladies, our young men. And you're right. But don't forget, you have to understand is kids watch and observe.
And repeat.
Yeah. There was this interesting saying, as in you can't pass on what you don't live out. The devotion I was reading, you can't pass on what you don't live out, and it's so true.
That's it. It's what you live.
You can tell your kids, do this and do that and do this and do that. So if you ain't living that, you ain't living that, they'll call you out. Hey, they'll call you out quick. You see these generation of kids, right? they may not call you out disrespectfully, but they'll call you out.
Yeah.
They'll call you out, man. They'll call you out. So it's very important that you practice what you preach. And I'll give you a joke real quick, man. We went to the park. We went to the park
for 1 hour.
yeah. It was probably about an hour, to be fair. We went to the park.
It wasn't longer than that, Boris.
It weren't. And we're walking back from the park. It's not too far. The wife, Maria, says to the girls, I can't remember which one it was. She goes, "When you grow up, marry a man just like your dad."
Yeah.
And you know the mad thing was, in my head, I'm thinking, I'm not even that great. Like but you know what? That keeps me humble. And I'm not perfect. Now trust me when I say I'm not perfect. Yeah. But when she said that, I thought, well, I guess I'm not doing half bad then.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
I'm not doing half bad. Do you know what I mean? But that is it. You have to set the bar.
Yeah.
You have to set the bar. And the bar, let me make this real clear for people who are unsure.
Yeah.
The bar isn't the fact that, you know, he wears his trousers at his waist. It's not. That's not the bar. No.
What do you mean?
What
do you mean?
So I suppose what? How do you know he's a good man?
Yeah.
Well, he wears his trousers. His trousers ain't sagging. So.
Oh yeah. I think I got you then. I got you good. Yeah.
So, where's the other qualities? Like, where's the other quality?
Yeah.
Like, where can he? Does he? You know, love his mum? You know, does he respect his mum?
Right.
You know,
right.
Tell me those things.
Right.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I tell this to my boys. I tell this to my girls. I say, look. You see how? You see what you see. Your mum and I display. Try and aspire to something very similar to this. Now again, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. But when we have a dispute, show your kids that you can resolve that dispute.
Let them see the reconciliation.
Show them what it looks like.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we're coming from a long way, man. We're coming from a long way. So don't forget, we all know that women like to hold malice.
It's our time now, so we can say this. You don't watch that.
Yeah. We all know that women like to hold malice, and they do a good job at holding that thing out, just to prove the point. And I've had to learn that although this is her weight, I've got to break down that barrier. And it takes a real man to break that down, by the way.
Oh, bro, you got onto the topic now.
Especially when you believe you're in the right.
You got on that topic now. We're there now. We're there. All right, let me ask. Look. Ambrose is a man that just sets on fire. You get me? Juanita, what are you looking at? Juanita, what are you looking at? That's Nita Power. All right. The main topic today, Ambrose, is how can men love their wives better? Now, this is sticky. We're gonna have to live what is said in this life. This life will only last 24 hours. But when we come off this show, our wives are looking at us like this. You get me? So, Ambrose, they may hold some malice, but you've got to break down a barrier.
Oh man. And sometimes that barrier is thick.
Bro.
Listen. Sometimes you need to take like a sledgehammer, a pick saw, and the rest of those tools to break that down sometimes.
Yeah.
But this is what it is. This is the other quandary. This is the problem. As the man, it's your duty.
It's the man's role.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely.
It's the man's role, you're saying, to break down barriers of conflict first.
Yes.
Wow.
Let me tell you why.
You're gonna mess up some people, right?
I'm gonna validate this. Let me tell you why I say this. Women, and most have to agree with this. Women are more emotionally wired.
Yeah. It's our time. Let's talk.
Don't forget, some men are too.
Mm.
But women are genuinely more emotionally wired.
Mm.
So what's this? When there's an issue, their automatic response is going to be based on emotion. I've seen this thing time and time again. No one can tell me different now. No one can tell me different. Now, don't forget, there are times when we respond emotionally because we do have emotions too, us men.
We all do.
Especially if you're in touch with them. We do respond out of emotion as well.
Mm.
But more than likely, the woman is more likely to react or respond based on emotion.
Okay.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's a man's role or a man's responsibility to make sure that feud or that dispute doesn't continue longer than necessary. Now, I say longer than necessary.
No. So this is me now. I'm clarifying what you're saying because I want this to be crystal clear. Oh, hold on. What's Eddie saying? Women are more emotionally expressive, but the wiring is the same. It's the expression that's different. And that's what I was thinking. But regardless of that, it's interesting, Eddie, you say that, but regardless of that, the way that we perceive the situation is as powerful as the truth itself. So what we're saying here is that because the man tends to be more logical in his thinking,
yes,
it is perceived as, or it might act out as, someone who's, because they're slightly above the emotion or away from it, should I say, they can process the situation better. Therefore, there is a bit more responsibility on the man.
Yes.
Okay.
It's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying. Now, don't forget. Listen, I've been through the phase where I kind of, that stubbornness, that pride was controlling my response. So I've been there where for example, I allowed the situation. And when I say I allowed it just to kind of go on a bit longer than it needed to. But again, that was my pride. I was like, you know what? I'm in the right. And I'm always the one having to kind of make peace. But watch the magic. Watch the miracle here. Watch the miracle. Because of now how I deal with situations, because of now how I have adopted in terms of, just breaking down that barrier as soon as it occurs, her response has changed. So she now equally wants to put it to bed. She equally wants to kind of, resolve the situation as quickly as possible. And that's why as a man, our response to situations on a whole is pinnacle. It's key. Very, very key to how future situations are dealt with. But it is realizing, it's understanding your spouse, and understanding your, how your significant other thinks, what things upsets them, what things, really, get on their nerves. And once you understand that, only a fool would intentionally upset.
Well, let me ask a question here. This is, parts of this are hypothetical and parts of this are real. I won't say which is which. yet. So Juanita might then respond to me with a loud voice. She might start going off, right? And then I might then pull back and say, look, you know, I'm getting upset. I'm out of here.
Okay.
See you later. Oh, you're going to walk out and leave me now? Yeah, listen. I got to go. This is getting crazy. I know where this is going. Okay, you're just going to walk out and leave me now? I'm gone.
Okay.
Step out, come back when I've let the steam off, right?
Yeah.
She's hurt. Why is she hurt? You abandoned me. Hypothetical, as she's saying. She's making it clear. It's hypothetical. Some of it is, some of it isn't. So my response to this situation is making things worse for her, but better for me.
Okay.
You see? Because now she feels abandoned. That will start another sequence of events.
Yeah.
You follow me?
Yeah.
I'm putting this to Ambrose. What do I do?
In that particular situation, so are you saying you knowingly stepped away from the situation, knowing the potential outcome? Well, I think ultimately context clearly has to dictate one's response. There are some situations where you need to step away. It's a must.
Okay.
But then there are situations where, again, is it pride? Is it ego? What's dictating your response? What's somewhat what's that factor that is kind of driving your response? And if it's ego, now ultimately your wife will know that. or Marie will know that. And I think it is a tough one. But again, it's about context. Because you could stay there in that heat of the moment, or whatever it is, and it will literally explode in your face, in both your faces. So it just all depends on the situation at hand. Personally, I don't like to argue.
Yeah.
And especially because I have a family and children, and you know what I mean. As a man, I don't want to argue in front of my kids. Have I ever argued? Yes. Yes, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I have. And when I reflected on my actions, I stepped into my children's shoes. And I was taken right back to when I was a child. And I used to observe that. Now, granted, I used to only observe the slanging match. I never really saw the other end. I never saw the makeup. It was a very, very bizarre kind of setup. But for me, I don't want my kids to have that vision of how you deal with a situation. So I would rather personally, depending on the situation, I would rather step away.
Yeah.
I'd walk away. Because I know, depending on the situation, I know how I'm likely to react. I'm a lot better today. It's
a lesser of two evils, right?
Yeah, exactly. Precisely. I am very, very aware of the things I say.
Yeah.
You know, what you say you can't take back.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of that. That literally, they are looking at me as some kind of a role model.
Yeah.
And how I conduct myself.
The
And
ultimate.
because of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I voice my opinion. I want to voice my opinion. Now it's interesting in my relationship, and one day you will hear from Maria. It's always good to hear it from two
Hopefully
sides.
next week.
What's that?
Hopefully next week.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Hopefully next week. Hopefully next week. Hopefully next week. But between Maria and I am the more vocal one. And believe it or not, I'm an introvert. A lot of people don't believe me, but I'm a true introvert. Now I am the more vocal one. So if we do have, if there is contention, I'm genuinely doing most of the talking. And the problem is when you've got one party that is more vocal than the other, sometimes it can become infuriating. Because you kind of want that back. And what happens is because I sometimes feel that I'm not being listened to, I don't know when to stop. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I don't know when to kind of stop, and kind of, pull back in a sense, to allow Maria to have her say, because again, I am the more vocal one. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. That's a lot of relationships are balanced off like that.
Yeah. I mean, she won't dispute that. But if she has a point to make, she will make it. Don't get me wrong. Like she gonna make the point.
Yeah.
So it again, you have to just know, and it's about it. You see this whole communication thing.
Ambrose, read the comment.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I'm holding the phone. Okay, I keep still. Yeah. So it's about the whole communication thing is real. It's real in a marriage.
Yeah.
You know, if you are lacking in that department, you know that everything will become an issue. Everything will become an issue.
I would say that there has been a reform in conflict management. We've only been married a little bit longer than yourself. There has been a reform, and it's something that is, and I want to put this out there to couples. We are dealing with this from a man's perspective. Some of what we say, it's not about truth, it's just the way we see it. And a lot of the time in conflict, it's not about truth or right and wrong, it's just the way you handle it. So I'm putting this out there to say that there has been a great evolution between Juanita and I. And there is still conflict, but the conflict is different.
Yes.
And there's the odd occasion where it can be a bit hot, but it's now odd. I thank God, because it took me, Juanita will speak for herself. She can only speak for herself on this, but it took me to really reflect after years of thinking, hold on, we're doing the same thing in the same way. Surely there must be an and then let's take the kids out. I don't want kids to see conflict, but let's take them out of it, because not everybody has kids, right? It took purely the desire to get a different result.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, how do I know knock heads at some point in the next, who knows, month, 6 weeks, whatever, yeah? Tomorrow. And this happened, I started to think like this about 5, 6 years ago. I said to myself, hold on, it's not that we argue regular, I just don't like when we argue. I don't like arguing myself, right? I want to get a different result. So I asked myself, what could I do different?
Yeah.
One of my answers was, walk away if you know it's going to get bad.
Yeah, okay.
And then deal with that thing if it happens, if it creates another situation, but walk away if it gets bad. But actually check your responses. So, you know, how can I put it? It might be a situation where she'll say something that I don't like, right? And because I don't like it, I remember the last time I opened my mouth and said X, this is what happened. But because I was reflecting in a time of peace, I caught myself in a time of trouble.
Yes. Yes.
When I caught myself, I said, okay, I'm sorry. I took a breath. I actually beforehand planned out how I would respond. Now, this topic is about how we can love our wives better.
Yes, yes.
I planned my response. I'm not the only person that's done this. Juanita has done her work. But we had to do separate work outside of conflict to get a result today. Okay. And as a result, my people, you are all watching, right? The best thing you could do for yourself, which will reflect on your whole relationship, is taking time out and calculating, do the math on how it has gone and how it's going. And if you can improve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife comes from a rough place and she ain't taking no crap. How might she respond in a time of trouble? What if she's having a bad month, bad day, bad week? And I step in with my nonsense. Yeah, Juanita, there you go. Forever working on it. We are forever working on it, and we have improved greatly. And I know there's some couples out there who don't know how to get over that hurdle.
Yes.
Yeah, man. What are you saying, bro?
It's you know, it's definitely a work in progress. And every relationship, every marriage is a work in progress. Definitely.
Yeah.
And what you kind of touched on there in terms of like self-reflection. I see your comment there about self-reflection is key, and you're right. It is at some point you need to ask yourself, what can I do different? And until you can ask that question, fundamentally nothing's going to change. So for example, this is something that I am very aware of that I do now more so.
Yeah.
And I think, again, this is I'm not gonna attack anyone really. I'm gonna point the finger somewhat at black men.
At what?
Black men.
Black men. Okay.
And the point is, I'm gonna raise it a lot. I struggled. Again, this is stemming back to my parents and so on. I struggled to show affection. I struggled to.
Let's go there, bro. Let's go there.
I struggled to kind of even say things like, "You look beautiful."
Yeah. Yeah.
And Maria pulled me up, like she was like, "You never, you know, whenever we go out, you know what I mean?" And she makes an effort, and I'm blessed because my wife, the thing that really turned me on, is that a word? Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Of course. Man, it's man talk, bro.
The thing that turned me on about Maria was that she doesn't need makeup.
Yeah. Same with you.
That's the turn on. And I don't know if there's many guys out there that can identify with this.
Yeah.
But she doesn't need makeup, and she doesn't feel she needs makeup. And I'm not saying that, you know, if she felt like she needed makeup, she'll be any less. Do you know what I mean? I'm just grateful for the fact that she doesn't feel that she needs makeup to be beautiful. And anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this: when she does make the effort and she is feeling a star.
Sorry. Does or did?
What do you mean?
When she does make it, or when she does make, or when she
When
did
she
make
does,
it?
when she does make the effort, for example, when we're going out a special occasion and she's dolled herself up. She said to me, look, she goes, you never tell me I look nice. And it's weird. It's so weird when she said it. And it was like, you're right. I actually don't. And that's not because I don't think she looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's just that in my head, the comment doesn't go past my head. Like, in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, you look hot.
Yeah.
But the words just don't leave my lips.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, you know. Like, I've learned very slowly that this is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. So in when we have conflict now and we have a situation, I always end that kind of resolution by saying, look, I love you. and again, you know how I don't say those words that often. I've been married for a while.
Yeah.
I don't say those words very often.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, as I'm saying this, I'm like, Ambrose, you need help. like you need help. But our wives need to be told that they are beautiful.
Yeah.
They need to be told that they are loved. And it's strange because although I know this, because I never saw it, it's almost as though it's not in my nature in a bizarre way. But again, because of my children, I now make more of an effort to show this overtly. So I hug on her, I kiss on her. And my oldest boy is like, guys, are you serious right now? Come on, man, come on, that's not necessary. And it's funny when he says that. It's funny when he says that. He doesn't actually. He's gonna be doing it. Like it's a fact. When he meets that one, he's gonna be doing exactly the same thing.
He better be doing it.
But everything I do now, it's because one, I've learned, or my wife has been patient with me in our marriage, and also because God expects me to show a true reflection of who He is.
Bro.
And because of that, it makes being a father, makes being a husband so much more real. It makes it very, very, very real. And there is nothing I do without thinking about the repercussions, about thinking of the impact and the effects it's going to have on my children now and for their future. But it's you know, in terms of loving our partners, loving our wives more. For me, the answer is put them first. Now, when I say put them first, they're not first. God is first.
Bro, pause there. Let me just run through some of these comments, yeah. You're creating a little stir, bro. So it's got to happen. We're going to Adina. Is it Adina? Rosalind. Thank you, Ambrose, for being. Oh gosh, it's gone. Hold on. Thank you, Ambrose, for being transparent. We can take a leaf from your book. We can all take a leaf from your book. Amen. True talk, bro. Thank you. Yes, children will make you do that. They will make you love your wife more. Is what they will, when that comment came up. Amen. They need to see that behavior. You're getting a round of applause. Children will imitate what we demonstrate. Debbie Ambrose, how you doing, sis? Yeah, man. All right. We know God comes first, whatever that means. But said that God doesn't come first if you don't put your wife first. Do you get me? But you know, I agree. Put your wife first, which is when you were talking before about your failure to recognize your wife's say, you look pretty today. That was my thing. I'd never seen it growing up, and I'd never talked with anybody. Plus, I'm an introvert. So those two things together means that I am mute in certain areas. The comment would be right there in front of my skull, but it didn't come down in my mouth. And what it did is it created an undercurrent, a cold undercurrent on her side of the fence. Mr. Fuller, you're going to have to explain what you don't get. It created a cold undercurrent on her side. It was affecting. And I'm like, listen, man, if I work and come home and do what I got to do, you must know I'm still here. I love you. What's the problem? None of that talk.
Yeah.
That's not helpful.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not helpful.
No. It really isn't.
These two, there's an argument brewing online. I don't get you. Then Caroline's doing, okay, you two, stop having an argument online in front of us. Tell us what you're thinking, guys. Yeah, carry on, bro.
But no, it's a
Oh, no. Pause. This is what's going to happen. We've got 2 minutes left before this live ends, right? Automatically. So we have to restart another live. Then I'm going to invite you back on.
Cool.
You follow me, yeah? So guys, listen. This is always going to happen. Instagram only give us 60 minutes. We're going to restart this live right now. It will take me about 20 seconds. So when you see us live again, just hook it up. I'm going to read this comment before I go. Those small or short comments of affirmation, both ways, makes the difference, not just in marriage, but as humans. Love it. All right, guys. Guys,
word.
We're gonna hook this up. Catch us in about 10 seconds on a new live. All right, 1 second. So I'm telling you all, man. Oh, you're not all here yet. Let me just see who's going to join first. Okay, so we're hooked up. When we get our first viewer, Dr. Prince, President Prince. You all are joining back. Good to see you, man. Let me hook Ambrose up. Where him there. A-M-B-R-O. He's not showing up. This happens. Well, we've got President Prince. I'm waving. Thank you guys for joining. I'm just waiting for Ambrose to show up again. Does he have to request to join in again? Does he have to request it? I don't know. But you guys' comments, some of you are making some mad jokes whilst we're doing this, you know. You're making me laugh, and I'm supposed to be getting serious and listening to Ambrose, and you look at just making jokes. I love it anyway. I love it. I'm waving at you all. I'm waiting for him to just hook up. Let me see if I can get him back. No. Ah, here he is. Can you do this?
Okay.
Carry on. Go for it.
Where was I? So yeah, I was saying that we almost have to retrain.
Yeah.
Or retrain or retune ourselves into displaying these types of affection. It's not. I'm not even aware that I'm not doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's how it was. Yeah.
I'm not even aware. So the fact that it's pointed out to me, or Maria says, look, why don't you tell me I look
Yeah.
like this?
Yeah.
That's love, you know. that's love right there, you know.
Come on.
That's love. But I think it sometimes it just kind of reminds us that sometimes we easily overlook what is right underneath our noses.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we know we have a good thing, we have a wonderful thing, but we just don't know how to acknowledge it at all. So you know, but it's love. It's because of the love why that doesn't become an argument. Because that can't become a big thing. That is, do you know what I mean? Well, he don't tell me how he feels. He don't tell me. Yeah, you don't, and I never told. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That's just who I am. That is who I am.
There's no excuse. No excuses.
But there is no excuse at all. At all. But it is crippling. It is crippling.
Yeah.
Some of our relationships.
Yeah.
That is the truth. That is the truth. So I was saying, like, literally, how can we love our partners more? How can we love our wives more? And I mean, there's more than one answer to this.
Of course, there's more than one.
The two that really sort of hit home right here and now is putting them first.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean that you kind of neglect yourself, but it just means that you ask yourself, what does she expect from me? What expect? No, the women today, when I was a youth, well, even now, it wasn't even then. But when I was young, women probably wanted the man to provide some security. The woman wanted the man to be that you know, that breadwinner, the one who makes sure there's, you know, the mortgage is paid on, whatever it is. Today, that's not really the same. It's very, very different today.
It's a bit different, yeah.
Very, very different today. You know what I mean? We're both earning. We're both bringing money in, and, you know what I mean, so on. So and women today just don't settle. They and it's not a bad thing. But they just won't settle for the fact that the man is just happy just to bring in money. No. She wants. That's the least she wants you to do. The least she wants you to do is pay the bills. So because of that, we need to be mindful. We need to be mindful that unless we're meeting those needs, there is going to be disharmony. There is going to be disharmony. I mean, I told you, man, I'm holding my hands up. I'm first. I've you know, I've passed with flying colours in terms of Valentine's Day. I'm one of these guys, by the way. I don't do Valentine's Day. I just don't do it.
That pagan thing.
To me, why should I wait? Why should I wait to February, 14th of February?
Bro, I've been there. That argument done a long time.
But here, this is where I shoot myself in the foot, though. This is where I shoot myself in the foot.
Yeah.
Do I show enough affection, love, the rest of the time?
When it was costing me, we're twins.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is why I kind of shoot myself in the foot. And I reveal just how much I'm lacking.
Yeah.
As a man, as a husband.
Yeah.
And so on. So I just don't do it. I don't do it. Have I always been like this? No. But soon after being married, I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not just gonna do Valentine's Day just because the world is doing it. But equally, I have a lot to do. I have a lot to do because I'm far from meeting all her emotional needs.
Bro, so they're saying it's shaky.
I mean? Yeah, that's me again. I apologize.
You're talking with your hands.
Yeah, I am actually. So yeah. So I have a lot to kind of wake up to. And you know what? My wife is patient, man. She is to put up with me. Yeah, to put up with me.
You read the comment. Sorry, read the comment.
Okay. To put up with me, she is patient. She's very, very patient. But I need to understand and learn and stop taking advantage of her. What's the word? It's not good nature. But you know what I mean, right? Women are very forgiving, especially when they know they've got a good man. And I'm saying that because I know I'm not perfect. But when a woman knows she's got a good man, they are very forgiving, very, very forgiving. And they are very trying at the same time. So I am still learning. I'm still learning, man.
You see that is the theme that is running through what we're talking about. Is we've been married longer than 10 years. And you think 10 years is a long time to be staying, still learning.
Yeah.
And here we are for 15 years, 19 years, still learning. Some lessons took me 10, 15 years to just comprehend. Not only comprehend, but get into my system to be a part of who I am.
Yes.
All right, Winnie, I'm 19. Sorry, we've got a comment here. We've got a couple comments, sorry, and a question, I think. Hey, I'm pressing everything now. Let's go back. Sorry, bro. You don't need one day to demonstrate your love. True. Exactly, every day. Someone else is saying, same argument. She don't like it. That's President Prince. Someone said it's a commercial thing. Can't see a full. But it's not about the world. It's about living your partner the way loving your partner the way they want to be loved. Which is what you're saying, bro.
Oh, this is exactly what I'm saying. You listen. I can't. I'm regularly, asking Maria, how I can, be a better husband.
Yeah.
And that's not a sign of weakness, because I know I've got flaws. I know, I'm very aware of them.
Would you be asking yourself that question, say 10 years ago?
No.
Come on, man.
No, if I'm honest, no.
How would you be thinking 10 years ago?
Do you know what? For me, I would assume that I knew what I was doing. I thought that you know what, this is easy. this is but you know when you say I do,
easy,
it becomes real quick. It becomes real quick. Does it feel like 15 years? No, I don't. It doesn't. Not at all. But it's it's as you live, and when I say live, there's people in relationships longer than us that aren't really existing as a couple. Now, when I say existing, I mean they just have that title.
Easily done, bro.
Going through the motions, going through whatever they believe is marriage, and they're just fooling themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Believe me, I know every day that I am married. Believe me, I know every day. It's a reality for me. In everything I do, it's a you know that you've still got a pulse, or your marriage still has a pulse. When you have arguments, when you have disputes, when you have disagreements, when you have fallouts, when you have disagreements about the kids or whatever it is, you know your marriage still has a pulse.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of men, and I'm grateful that I'm grateful for my experience. I'm grateful for the fact that I had that upbringing I did. I'm grateful for the lessons, although they weren't pleasant. I'm grateful for them. Why? Because it's made me the person I am today.
Yeah. Oh, if people could see, we spoke about this the other night, if people could see, have a little bit more of a bird's eye view about where they're at in their relationship. So I had someone speak to me and they said, man, we've been arguing for the last couple of years. And I'm like, you're all right. It's when you ain't arguing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people get that kind of confused. Yeah. They think, oh, we never argue. We never argue. Don't you?
No, man. Worried about that.
How do you not argue?
Yeah.
Like, how is that even possible?
Yeah. You got to have it out, man. You got to have difference.
Are you right? You know what I mean? So I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for life's experiences. I'm grateful for the fact that, Maria challenges me, to be a better man, and I say that I don't see it as a sign of weakness, as I said before, because you can only grow. You can only grow by acknowledging that you have a weakness.
Can I ask a question? Sorry, you're very deep into the conversations, and I'm trying to address the viewers and yourself as well. There's a question here. Sorry about cutting you, bro. If your wife recognizes the day, I think it's Valentine's Day. If your wife recognizes the day, what do you do to save contention? So I think they're asking, if your wife recognizes Valentine's Day and the other partner doesn't, then so how do we resolve that? You mentioned something earlier though, and that was you have to love people where they're at. So for example, with Juanita, I'll be honest with you, as we've grown, I do not have a sentimental bone in my body, whereas she's fairly sentimental. So Valentine's Day, if she got 100 tons of affection every day, she needs to have 150 on the 14th of February, you understand?
Yeah.
And so I recognize that Valentine's Day, before I would be fighting against it, now I'm like, this is what she wants. I'll do it for her.
Listen, it's I mean, again, we've touched on this before. Birthdays is another thing for me. I'm not big on birthdays. I'm not big on birthdays, man. It's what it is. Like but I have just about learned, and I'm saying just about learned, in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
In the last couple of years, that it's not about me. It's not about what I think. It's not about the fact that I don't really think much of my birthday. It's the fact that she thinks the world of, like, you know what? On her birthday, she, as long as I acknowledge and recognize that it's her birthday, she is the happiest person on the planet. Now, I had to wrestle with that for a while. I had to be like, well, that's not a big thing. Well, ain't big for me. I couldn't care less if you don't wish. I couldn't care less if you wish me happy birthday on my birthday.
Me neither.
I had to wrestle through it, man. I had to wrestle through that. And I was like, what's the big deal? Like, dude, it's just a birthday. Like, you know what? I had to wrestle with it for a while. Until I realized that, you know what? The fact that, oh, by the way, I'm very, very different. I'm not gonna go there. But
So, for example, with Juanita, I'll be honest with you. As we've grown, I do not have a sentimental bone in my body, whereas she's fairly sentimental. So Valentine's Day, if she got 100 tons of affection every day, she needs to have 150 on the 14th of February. You understand? And so I recognize that Valentine's Day, before I would be fighting against it, now I'm like, this is what she wants. I'll do it for her.
Listen, it's I mean, again, we've touched on this before. Birthdays is another thing for me. I'm not big on birthdays. I'm not big on birthdays, man. It's just what it is. Like you know, but I have just about learned, and I'm saying just about learned, in the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
In the last couple of years, that it's not about me. It's not about what I think. It's not about the fact that I don't really think much of my birthday. It's the fact that she thinks the world of, like, you know what? On her birthday, she, as long as I acknowledge and recognize that it's her birthday, she is the happiest person on the planet. Now, I had to wrestle with that for a while. I had to be like, well, that's not a big thing. Well, ain't big for me. I couldn't care less if you don't wish. I couldn't care less if you wish me happy birthday on my birthday.
Me neither.
I had to wrestle through it, man. I had to wrestle through that. And I was like, what's the big deal? Like, dude, it's just a birthday. Like, you know what? I had to wrestle with it for a while. Until I realized that, you know what? The fact that, oh, by the way, I'm very different. I'm not gonna go there. But when I actually just stopped, took just that time out to, you know what, just acknowledge that, you know what, yeah, it's your birthday. Do you know what? I'm gonna make this day super special for you. Like, you know what? You're gonna talk about this for the next couple of weeks because I made you feel special on your day. Again, did I ever see it? No.
You mean growing up?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see. I didn't. You're asking me to show something that I don't know.
Yeah.
You're asking me to do something that I'm not uncomfortable with it, but I just don't know what it is. So I remember getting worked up. I'm like, you know what? What do you want me to do? Like, you know, and I was like, you know what, Ambrose? Just stop, and just think. What things make her smile? What things just kind of really make her like that?
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if, like, we went, I think last year, we went out for went to the cafe. It's a nice cafe. I think it's called East. I can't remember the name of the cafe. But they serve it's like a fruit, like a waffle, pancakes and whatnot, all on the thing, and like it was like I had proposed to her. It was weird. It was like you're really excited about this, like, and in my head I'm thinking it's really not that big a deal. But to her,
it's major.
oh, wow, that's super special.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, you thought about it, you put some thought into it, and that's all it is, you know. Women just want you to put some thought into whatever it is we do for them. That's all it is, just a little bit of thought. You don't need to go and buy a diamond ring. You don't need to go and buy you know, a necklace made out of, do you know what I mean? Whatever it is that you actually can't afford. All it is, as long as it was thought out and executed, it's sufficient.
Bro, I can say since the change of thought, and again, still a work in progress, I really do not want to sit here and represent like Juanita and I are sitting on a throne, great throne of love. We are based on love, thank God, but we are just people in front of a camera now telling you what's going on for real, so that you don't have this, so that anyone else out there doesn't have a misconception of what real life is about. I have seen, as I still learn, because like you said earlier, I don't see what I'm not doing all the time. I have to set a reminder in my mind to say, remember, touch her, remember a compliment. It's not there.
Yeah.
She's recognized this, but I see the difference. It's like if she was a block of ice, compliment, you just watch it melt real quick. And the radiance, the sunshine coming through just through a compliment or through a time changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I see a comment, man. I see a comment just here.
Go ahead.
And you get the best, and you get the best of her.
Yeah.
You see, and that was by I can't see the name.
Adina Russell Dian. Yeah.
Yeah. It's you see that. You see what we don't realize as men? To get the most out of our women. All we need to do, all we need to do is for a few moments.
Yeah.
And it's just a few moments.
Yeah.
It's not all day. It's not half a day. It's just a few moments of every day.
Yeah.
Ask ourselves, what can I do to make her happy? What can I do to make her happy? You see, a lot of the problems we face today isn't because our marriages are a mess, or our marriages are, no, it's not. It's not. It's because a lot of us are driving on ego. A lot of us are driving on ego. I just see it.
Bro,
I just see it.
I'm gonna cut this stream now. Bro, I've got something to do. Bye.
yeah. But and you know what? Just a little thing like, you know, yeah, that it's amazing. It's amazing because all you've got to do is just a few moments of every day. Just make her feel that she is first.
It's true.
It's crazy. But when she believes and feels that, you know, she is the queen, you know that you're that you know when that the home is complete. It's so straight. So watch this. So we're stuck indoors, right? We're stuck indoors.
Yeah.
We're stuck indoors. I when we've got the kids genuinely under our feet. And when I say under our feet, they're not really under my feet because they're too big for that. But when they're kids, Maria genuinely just runs her shit. Like she you know,
she's on it.
I just let her do it, man. I realized that, you know, she likes to run things and things to be in the way in her kind of order. So I let things just kind of run its course. So what I do is, some days I just take charge.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it's not that I want to. Listen to me. It's not that I want to, but some days I just go and cook dinner. I go and prepare lunch. I make her a cup of tea.
Bro,
because I know she's gonna like that.
Bro, let me tell you something, yeah? Thank God, if there's one thing I was taught, it was to be domesticated, right? So I can do it all. Thank God I can do it all. I do it all with no issue.
Yeah.
I don't cook because the kids are hungry.
Yeah.
Primarily, I cook to make life easier for Juanita.
Okay. Yeah.
That kind of logic. I remember back in the day, I used to think, why don't you get it? I'm cooking for you. What's wrong with you? I didn't tell her. She didn't know that. But I do that primarily. That don't make me, just looking at some of these comments, that don't make me near the perfect husband. It sounds nice, but it's just one of the nice things amongst all the madness that I do. But I, like you're saying, I cook or clean or take over for her.
Yeah.
Trust me, you'll sleep good when she's happy.
Yeah.
Do you mean she will sleep good because she's happy? I'm only joking. Harry, I'm only joking. Yeah, my eyes are wide open. Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you for being honest about that, Debbie. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is really the men's perspective. It might sound biased, but this is what it is. Thank you for listening. Yeah, go on, bro.
I'm breaking those myths where, you know, the man, you know, I need my eldest boy. Listen, man, my boys, my boys will quite comfortably not cook. Listen to me. They and that's because they're spoiled. Listen, my girls love the kitchen. They just love the kitchen. They love it. They love to bake. They love to cook. So my boys are spoiled. So here what? This is how I gotta flip it though. You see, when my boys, are looking for a partner,
they what?
They need to know, they need to know that they've got to bring something to the table. More than just being able to work. Every man knows, a woman loves when a man can cook. Listen, every woman loves a man that can cook. Fact. I didn't realize this until being married. That's the truth. I didn't realize it.
Ambrose, can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook, man. I can cook. And my kids love my cooking. I run a thing all the time. Like, who's cooking do you prefer more? Mine or your mum's?
You're asking for trouble, man.
I've got kids who sit on the fence. Yeah. They sit on the fence. Well, Dad, you do this dish well, but Mum, you do this well.
Yeah, you better say that.
Yeah, what you mean is you prefer my cooking.
This is it.
But every woman loves a man that can you know, handle themselves in the kitchen. Every woman. What was that?
This is madness on there, bro. They're having a laugh on there, bro.
But it's important, man. It's important that whilst again, man, I've got to teach my boys, man. Listen. Yes, it's nice if a woman can cook, but you need to know how to cook, man.
Even if it's simple.
I draw them in. Listen to Jaden, you do this. Jediah, you do this, and we make dinner together. And these are things again, man. It's about that kind of that statement I mentioned earlier. You can't pass on what you don't live out. Do you know what I mean? If you don't show them what a man should do. It's what a man should do, man. Listen, it's what a man should. Just because I didn't see it, I mean, I won't be. I can't tell you. If I tell you too much about me, man, you're gonna think this guy is weird, man. What kind of upbringing did he have? But my upbringing was very, very different to most. Very, very strange. Very, very strange, man. Do you know what I mean? But again, I thank God. I thank God because again, my wife is patient. My wife is patient, and God is still working on me. I am a work in progress. Our marriage is a work in progress. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, for me, I've learned to let go of pride. Because I allowed pride to kind of dictate my actions.
Govern you.
Yeah.
A form of righteousness, bro. It's like a form of righteousness, but it's just damn pride.
Yeah. Not realize it was killing. It was killing me. It really was. But now, no, listen, man. Look, so many years later, I'm in a better. My marriage is in a better place.
Yeah.
My marriage is in a good place.
Yeah.
I love where I am today.
Yeah.
I love it. Through the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
Where I am today, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable based on what we've been through. And it takes a real marriage to overcome, hurdles, obstacles that in most situations will break them.
Yeah.
Listen, people have divorced over less, and that is the truth.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because some people are just not equipped. It's very easy to get married.
Yeah, cool. The easy part.
It's very easy, and some people are not equipped emotionally or mentally, and it's hard to discern between the two. But a lot of the time, I think this is my personal opinion that we can push through. The cloud, the storm's here, but it will pass. You know what I mean?
Of course it will, man.
And that storm, when you're in it, it feels like it will never leave. This storm is the definition of my marriage. When I thank God, I look back and I'm like, okay, I'm glad we went through that because it's helped us to get to here. But I won't be saying it at the time.
No, of course not.
But now, at this stage, when certain things happen, I'm like, this is making me better. But I'm still cussing. I thank God for some of that rocky. I thank him for some of
the rocky terrain.
Yeah. It built us up, and for anyone out there who's struggling or has not made it that far, for your future, just draw what you can from what we're saying, because I'm not here having pretty conversations with people. I'm having conversations with people that are willing to put some of their business out into the world, some of their personal life out there, just so that you know that you will be okay if you keep pushing.
Yeah.
And even maybe one or two of you watching, your marriages actually might be come to an end. Still draw from it, draw some life from it.
I mean, just to add to what you're saying, Curtis, man, listen. If you're not willing to put in the hours, and don't get me wrong, listen, it's hard, man. It's hard sometimes. Yeah. Really hard. Yeah. Talking from experience, and Curtis, you are as well. It gets really, really difficult. Sometimes have I ever thought to myself, you know what? I don't think I can do this. Yes, I have. Yeah. I have. But when you realize and you understand where you're coming from and where you could be. Yeah. Why is where you're coming from important? I know personally the person I was prior to meeting Maria and getting married. Person I was today, I don't know I don't know what kind of person I'll be today. If I'm real honest, I don't know what kind of. I would. Do you know what? I dread to think. I dread to think where I'd be today. I really do. And you just have to take my word for that. Because I can't air too much of my laundry out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I dread the person that I would be today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And ultimately, when you know, you know what I mean, where you're coming from, and potentially where you could be today, it gives you even more encouragement to persevere, through those difficult times, man. And listen, man, I'm here. Listen, if I wasn't a Christian, if I wasn't, you know, I mean, if I didn't believe in God like this,
Mate,
listen, the conversation today will be very different.
No, I wouldn't be having it. I would not be having it.
It's a fact.
I'll be
different because I know people who know God. Whether or not they've had that encounter, I don't know. But I know, you know what I mean, who have walked away from their relationships, who are struggling today. I mean, struggling today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And listen, man, at the end of the day, as long as you're willing to invest.
Yeah.
When I say invest, man, it's if you was to look at your marriage as a business, if you stop investing into your business,
yeah, you fail. You fail.
Guaranteed, man.
We know.
Guaranteed. You got to try new things.
Yeah.
You got to try new marketing strategies. You got to try new things, man, because it will fail.
It's simple.
It will fail. It's a fact. It's a fact. You sit still in your marriage. When I say sit still, sit still and expect things just to work it out.
It's going. In fact, it's going good, right? It's going good right now, and it's been good for 6 months. Yeah. Sit still and watch it fall apart as soon as the storm comes.
Yeah. If you don't invest, I mean, literally invest, pour into.
Yeah.
Your relationship will fail. Your marriage, your relationship, it will fail. Guaranteed.
Hold on, bro. Listen, we got one comment. There's two things I want to do. Is it? Two things I want to do is I want to read this comment, and then I want to ask you one more thing before we wrap up, because we've been going for a while. Kelly, you said when you're in the hottest part of the fire, you feel like you cannot manage it. But if you bear that heat for just a little while longer, the community will come. It will come. Kelly, will come. You're right.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
He says, yeah, we all need to show up in our greatness and be the best that we can. Man. Let me ask you the last one. In summary,
cool.
Your number one tip for the man them, for men. All the ladies are listening though, but for the men, what's your number one tip?
Oh yeah? Number one tip. Okay, so number one tip for the men is to love your wife.
Say again. It cut out. Sorry, say again.
Okay. So number one tip is to love your wife the way she wants to be loved.
Hey.
And what that means is it can't be based on your perception of love. It has to be based on how she perceives love in her own way. Unless you're loving her in the way that she wants to be loved, in the way that she recognizes, it's almost in vain. It's almost in vain. And again, you got to let go of the pride, man. You got to let go of that pride, because pride will kill you, and kill your relationship.
Absolutely.
So just learn to love her the way she wants to be loved, and she will tell you. She will tell you, but it will take humility. Take humility to actually receive that, and embrace it.
A friend, actually brother-in-law, said to me, he actually made a comment in a video we did. a few years ago. He said, you know, because we've got different love languages. And I learned that communication is about making sure that what comes from you is received and processed and understood by the other person.
Right, right.
So if you don't learn the other person's language, then you are not communicating. So you giving love and saying, I'm loving you by doing this. It's debatable, but I like it for what it is. If you're speaking to someone and saying, I'm cooking for you, I'm cleaning for you, that's love. You are speaking a love language, but you're not speaking theirs. So you're not really speaking to them. You're speaking to yourself.
Yeah,
because the only person that understands it is you. So I agree with what you're saying. You know, you have to learn to speak their language. Yeah.
So it's so interesting you say that. You say, you know, it's almost like buying, no, it's almost like doing something for the right it's almost like doing something for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But
it's misunderstood.
Yeah. So your intentions are good.
Yeah.
But the outcome serves no purpose.
Yeah.
You know, if she doesn't want you to do something, or in fact she prefers you not to do something, then don't do it. Rather than find out what she wants and do that to the best of your ability.
Yeah. And vice versa, it says. This was a message to the ladies, really, you know. We got in your heads. We got in your heads. This wasn't about us, it was about you. Listen, Ambrose, you know how it is. Me and you will talk all day and all night.
Yeah, no, for sure.
When are we going to get you and wifey on, man? We're going to get you on next, it's next week now, or, you know, I think Monday onwards. Let me know.
Okay, no worries, no worries.
4 kids and 15 years. Come on. Do the ladies actually know that we got in their head and made them think that we were talking about man? It's because we're talking about you lot. Because you lot are hard for us, man. We're trying our best out here. We're learning to cook and everything. Kelly, what'd you say? She also needs to know that she needs, so she can express that to her partner. She does. Kelly, you're a counselor. I know. We're going to hook you up on there soon. Very soon. We're going to have a very deep topic, Kelly. You've gone psychological on us now. I love that. We need to do one for the ladies. Harriet, are you putting yourself forward to be on with the ladies then? Is that what you're saying, Harriet? They're about 10 behind. So, Ambrose, this is deep, man.
But listen, man, this is never ending, man. This is never ending. Ending. You know what, man? To be honest with you,
yeah.
Our responsibility as men, I don't think we've even fully comprehended what this really is.
Nah, this is it. Let's keep digging up and sharing.
And that's why we're all on this learning. We're all on this never-ending learning cycle. Our roles and responsibilities as fathers, as parents, we won't even truly realize it fully. For many years, which is why it's important that we maintain this mindset of is it called a teachable
spirit.
Teachable spirit, absolutely. You know, we have to be open-minded and be willing to learn as we go along, and as we kind of embrace you know, life's challenges. But you know, listen, man, it's as long as you have a pulse.
Can work.
And you're aware
yeah.
Of how you impact others.
Yeah.
You will always grow.
Yeah.
Because you're not only, whilst you're impacting others, you're actually impacting yourself.
Yeah.
and we all have a lot of learning to do.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say also that, you know, our kids, let's embrace our children and allow them to teach us through their experiences. That's another big thing. We don't do. Yes, they're children. Yes, they may not possess a level of experience that we may have had in life up until now, but they are still able to teach us so many things that will make us better individuals, that make us better parents, and will also make us, better individuals and so on. So, we definitely need to, but we'll talk, man. We'll definitely,
bro. Hey, you know what? End it because it's gonna end soon.
Again,
according to mine, it's gonna cut off soon. It just cuts off. Okay. Bro, thank you so much, man. Please say hello to Maria for us. The guys, get ready. We'll hopefully see them next week, Monday onwards. We'll let you know what day it's gonna be. And I want to thank you so much for being the man today and talking up.
And I appreciate you. Likewise, yeah. And we'll reconnect. Soon.
Thank you, man. Take care.
All right, take care, brother.
Peoples, listen, you know what you guys could do? Because I think we've made some friends here. I mean, you all are networking very nicely. What I would advise you to do is just read through the comments. Of course, we as guys were talking as men, to men. My advice to you is obviously, like someone said, vice versa. I don't remember who it was, but it's vice versa, definitely. Just take on board this thing. I mean, for those of you who are not married yet, you know, my number one advice, and I'm going to say it probably every show, man, is just to humble yourself, lower your expectations, and have high standards to make this work. That makes the ride a lot easier. It gives you bigger sails in your boat, and it makes the ride a lot easier. So, but guys, some of you there hiding. Debbie, one day I'm going to get you on there. If you're up for it, let me know. Harriet, because you lot talk a lot on here, but you lot better be. Miss Frenchie, Vivi Frenchie, I can't remember what it's called. Some of you vocal guys, you need to step up and be a part of the show. We're happy to have you. Have discussions around stuff that are meaningful to you. Kelly and I will be doing something soon. Give us a date, Kelly. I'll put you on hot spot now, innit? I don't recognize everybody on it because the icons are so small. Appreciate your time. Please share this live. It's only up for 24 hours. I will try and copy it off for YouTube, do my best on that. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Auntie Harriet. Okay. Yes, bro. Yeah, I'm getting it. Okay. Juanita. Well, listen, we have to take it in turns, you know. Oh, Anita or Juanita. If you're talking about Juanita, we have to take it in turns because it's work. Like we've done a lot of work today. I can do weekend or next week. Love it. Kelly, I'm feeling you. Okay, cool. Well done, Juanita. Thank you. Last thing. We're having Rex and Anita tomorrow, and they're talking about two things. We're talking about child loss, and we're talking about expectations in a relationship or marriage. And they are very, very frank and open. We have a video with Rex and myself already online on YouTube. You can go and watch those. They are extremely frank. And we also have a video with, did I say Ambrose and Rex? Anyway, Ambrose and Rex going live. But it's good. God bless you both. This ministry is needed. You didn't answer the question, Harriet. When are you joining us? Anyway, God bless you all. We're signing off now to get some sleep.